May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? Will the real Mr. Phelps please stand up? I repeat, will the real Mr. Phelps please stand up? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mr. Phelps Show!
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, guys, my name is Mr. Phelps, as you probably know through your Google Classroom link and being your teacher. I'm here on a special edition of Stay at Home and Teach Online, and, you know, running into a little bit of some issues where I want to be able to talk to you guys more than just talking to you online, you know? So here I am. I decided to pick up another job while I'm in the quarantine time. I decided I'd pick up another job as a talk show host, and so this is me. This is my live show, the Mr. Phelps Show, and we're gonna go over some literature today. I mean, I got my coffee mug ready, got my notes on our lessons, got my footrest. Don't even have shoes on because I'm inside my house. Kind of want to do this outside, but it's a little bit rainy today. So this is kind of how we're going to go, okay? Normally when I do this show, I have some guest speakers, but because this is my first show, I don't have any guest speakers. You just got me, the one, the only Mr. Phelps, okay? And I'm gonna take you through class by class, kind of show you where we are, what we're doing, all right? But as I said, I'm bringing the knowledge to you because we can't meet together, so I figured, you know what? If I can't go there, you can't come here, I'm going to bring it to you digitally, okay? So that's kind of the concept behind this, all right? So let's start. Yeah, some great coffee there. You know, Boston Red Sox Cup, they might not even play this season. Sad truth. We don't know what's going on out there. But it's delegated us to our houses. We're staying safe. I'm staying healthy. Hope you guys are too. But, you know, the best thing is that we stay healthy and we can still learn electronically over the computer. We can make it happen, you know. And that's why I'm doing this talk show. To entertain you with literature. Alright, so where we're going first. Let's see. English 9. We're pretty much in the thick of Romeo chasing Juliet now. Okay, so we're on Act 2, Romeo and Juliet. Some of you didn't get fully through Act 1. We need to finish Act 1 and start on Act 2, where we finally see Romeo's over Rosaline and is now going after Juliet, okay? And so the whole love affair is there, okay? So now you're just reading about it. We're getting into the deeper thick of the plot, which has to do with two star-crossed lovers, where Romeo loves Juliet, Juliet loves Romeo, but they're from two hated families. We're going to see a lot of tension there, okay? So pay close attention to Act 2. I recommend in the homeworks, you got some videos that go along with the reading. If the SparkNotes version is hard to read online, use the videos to your advantage. They're for each scene, okay? So each scene, look at the videos and be able to answer the questions in the document, okay? And if you didn't finish Act 1 or need to go back, make the corrections, turn it in by Wednesday. That's when our semester closes. Turn it in by then. If for no red ink, you got a lot of you turned in the no red ink and just did the diagnostic, you need to also do the practice. So that's two different things, diagnostic and practice. They go in together, okay? And then I've also opened up the quiz, which is due Wednesday, and that goes for all of my classes, due Wednesday. So make sure you get all that in. That goes on third semester, no red ink, diagnostic, and practice, and the quiz. okay? And I put everything in a nice section on Classroom for the week, so you should be able to find all of these things, okay? Also going to navigate a little for you, okay? So that's that. We're reading Romeo and Juliet, doing some no red ink. Let's move to English 10. All right, and English 10, I'm giving you some time to write your essay on Ellen Foster, okay? So this time I am making you write 3 paragraphs by Wednesday, at least 3 paragraphs, so I know you're moving along, and so I can see your progress and see where you're going. I also have an activity on paragraphing, which some of you might have already done, which you can contact me about that. But for those who haven't, you take an essay I wrote in 5 paragraphs, you turn it into multiple paragraphs, more than 5, okay? There's also a bunch of topics that for discussion, some notes that we took in class that are great essay topics. We're going to go over some right now, too, all right? All right, so Ellen Foster, these are the notes that you guys gathered in your classroom. I'm just going to quickly scan over them and find some things that I noticed that were very interesting, okay? Obviously, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, a lot of notes there. Self-actualization. We really see Ellen start to self-actualize herself at the end of the book when she starts living with her new mama. I know we've had flashbacks of that throughout the novel, but now we really see her going to that house and starting to live her life. We have a lot of safety needs regarding her house with her father. Those are some things you can focus on with Maslow's. And obviously there's a lot to do with food in the novel. Food and art are 2 big themes that come out that don't really have to do with the text, but there's a lot to talk about them. You could talk about those. Literary toolbox, okay? Ellen's paintings, okay? Quite a few of you mentioned that. The paintings are very symbolic. Again, art, talk about that. Symbol of others, satisfy others in order to survive. She tries to make Nadine and Dora like her through the painting. It's also a symbol of shallowness, symbolizes the shallowness of Nadine and Dora. So it's not as enjoyable as the ocean. These are just some notes. There's plenty of others. I have the doc posted there for you to look at, but just reiterating some here. Tons of questions and quotes. I'm not going to go through all of them. They're all posted there. You guys did a good job with that. And then just her prejudices, how she's prejudiced. We learn that Ellen becomes less prejudiced at the end of the novel. She has a really important quote. That quote I will read. Let me see. And all this time I thought I had the hardest row to hoe. Okay? Ellen is maturing and recognizing the hardships of others, particularly African Americans. She says this at the very end of the novel when she realizes her life isn't so bad compared to Starletta. And so that is a major theme that kind of comes out of this novel and talks to Ellen's former prejudiceness. Okay? So that's something to consider. Plenty of topics. You want to choose one, form a thesis. Look at my documents about how to form a thesis if you're having a little trouble. And that's that. You should be getting going on this essay. 3 paragraphs by Wednesday. No red ink due Wednesday. And paragraphing exercise due on Friday. Okay? It's good. Alright. Dun 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 dun. Time for English 11. Alright, so English 11. We finished chapters 3 and 4 of The Great Gatsby. Okay? You're currently reading chapters 5 and 6. And we finished an article analysis on slides, which I will be grading very momentarily. And you will also be doing a synthesis on those articles by looking at various other projects from your class, putting them together, and analyzing which themes best fit the novel. Alright, so where do we start? So let's start with Great Gatsby chapters 3 and 4. Let's see where we are in the novel, give a little bit of an overview. We see Nick Carraway go to Gatsby's house, which the way I look at it is a very big Disney World-esque mansion party because everybody's kind of having fun, dancing. You know, they're all over the place, and you know, it kind of looks like Disney World if you think about it. That's how I kind of interpret it. It's like your dreams come true at Gatsby's mansion. Okay, so we get that. Then Gatsby invites Nick to go to a breakfast where Nick meets Wolfsheim, one of Gatsby's friends and business partners, who was a little bit shady through the 1919 World Series. And also Nick starts setting up a tea party for Gatsby and Daisy. Okay, so he secretly sets this party up, or Gatsby brings him onto it with the help of Jordan Baker. She helps him set up this party, but it's really to hook up Gatsby and Daisy rather than for Nick to be present. So Gatsby kind of does his little thing and encourages Nick to set this up. Nick, obviously a fan of Gatsby, does it right away. And he sets this party up. Gatsby and Daisy meet, talk a little bit. Nick kind of is like the third wheel in the room, kind of gets unnoticed, leaves a bit, comes back. And we start to see a theme start to develop where Gatsby is starting to chase Daisy, and you know, Daisy's the one who's married, doesn't like her husband. We'll have to see the relationship there and see how it unfolds. But that's where we are with that. I'm going to go over some of the notes you've had here. I'm not going to go through vocab. You can look at that. I looked at all your vocab, gave you some tips there. Some people said Gatsby's parties, they symbolize his richness, okay? It's kind of literal interpretation, but we're getting there. And that's something I like to think of them as like Disney World. That's my symbol for his parties, because it's like all this euphoria and people, and so that's that. There's some very unique things here. Illusion, let's see. Got Illusion, 1919 Black Sox scandal. We talked about that briefly. There's some jazz music played there. The Flapper Girls are mentioned. That's going to keep on coming up in the 1920s. Imagery, okay? A lot of imagery with Gatsby's party. We see a lot of color, a lot of description there. Again, that's one of the main theme. That is the main theme of Chapter 3. We see a lot there. And Gatsby's smile, you know. Nick puts Gatsby on a pedestal, okay? He really likes Gatsby. He's really into Gatsby. And you see Gatsby's smile begin to be a symbol for that great satisfaction that Nick tells us about. All right, culture connection. It was mostly women's rights. A lot has to do with that. So take a look at that. Let's see what else. Rolls-Royce car as a symbol. That's a good one. Rich and prestigious lifestyle. Gatsby uses that car. So quite a bit there. Gatsby's house or mansion. You know, a lot of the houses at that time. Very good imagery. Important quotes. I'm not going to go over all of these, but there are quite a few quotes. You can take a lot of them. Take a look at them. Same with questions. Now, topic of the day. Do you know Gatsby? Okay? In our next segment, next time on our show, we are going to interview Jay Gatsby. Okay? He's going to be my guest on the Mr. Phelps show. Okay? And we're going to ask him a series of questions to really get to know who Gatsby is. Because we still have a lot of questions, a lot of rumors, and a lot of facts that we kind of have to put together. And we really need to learn who Gatsby is. So, rumors. Gatsby is a German spy. Gatsby once killed a man. He was in the American Army during the war. He grew up in Germany. He once told me he was an Oxford man. He's a bootlegger. Nick hears from various people that Gatsby is an Oxford graduate. There is a rumor he killed a man who attempted to reveal Gatsby's relation to the German officer. He is a dangerous person. They say he's a nephew or a cousin of Kaiser. Okay? Those are all rumors about Gatsby. Alright, facts about Gatsby. Gatsby is the son of wealthy people in the Middle West. He's educated at Oxford. That was listed as a rumor and a fact. We need to check that credible source, okay? It's one thing to keep in mind. He lived throughout Europe. Gatsby accepted a commission as first lieutenant in the war. He doesn't want any trouble with anybody. I am the son of some wealthy people in the Middle West, San Francisco. I was brought up in America. So there you have it. Facts and rumors about Gatsby. Now, a couple of those, as you noticed, made it to both sides of the list. We need to ultimately clarify this as we read. A couple things to consider, my viewers, okay? 1, Gatsby. How credible is he? We need to look at him and see how credible he is as a person, as a not as a narrator, but as a person in the novel through which Nick is narrating. We need to see how credible he is. We need to validate the rumors that were made by the other people, okay? And we need to kind of put that together and look at Nick's opinion, okay? Listen to Nick and see what he says, him as the narrator, all right? So we need to put these together. We don't really know all of these. Was he an Oxford man? Some say it's rumor, some say it's fact. We need to look into this further, okay? All right. So, that's pretty much it for this segment today. We got all our data or facts. For 11H, you are going to work on the synthesis article project. I put them all in an area just like all of my classes. Toggle through there. There's 7 documents. Don't get overwhelmed. 5 of those are projects from your class. 2 of those are documents you're going to be working on this week. Chapter 5 and 6 due Thursday, and No Red Ink due Wednesday. Finish up everything there. Any further questions, let me know. This is where we're going. And about now, I know I talk a little fast. Wanted to get it all out there. About now, we're just about done with this segment of the Mr. Phelps Show. Okay? So remember, next time we are going to interview Jay Gatsby. Okay? Hopefully in a better area than this, where I'm kind of like, don't have a lot of room. Maybe outside if it's nice, we'll see. But remember, Jay Gatsby next time. And just keep on plugging away online. Let me know where you are with things. Keep me updated. Make sure to fill out that survey on Friday for all of my classes. Fill out that survey, super important. 11H is going to have some quiz questions on there this Friday. Everybody else, fill it out. Lets me know where you are with the class, how your other classes are going, how the online experience is. Okay? With that being said, I'm going to close today's talk show. I want to thank my viewers out there. Remember, you can tune in every Monday morning. I'll be here with a morning show for you. And tune in. Grab your coffee, your books, your literature. Could have a little literature talk here before we get situated into our classes, and kick the week off with some funness. Okay, so remember, my weekly show is here. Enjoy the week, and make sure you log on and do those assignments. Have a good time. Thank you for tuning in. Next week, Jay Gatsby. Thank you.
Thank you.